everyone, welcome to Nerd and Geek Life. I'm of course your host Chris. And today in Storytime we're gonna look at the big picture, the Great Hyperspace War. And in previous episodes we've always discussed one person who was of particular interest in that conflict. Today we're gonna look at the conflict as a whole, see what it was really all about. Now we all know the Great Hyperspace War was a conflict between the Republic and the Sith Empire. While Naga Shadow may have instigated the events leading up to the Great Hyperspace War, it was really the unexpected discovery of the Sith Empire by Gav and Yori Daragon that really kicked things into overdrive. Now they've made an unfortunate jump into the Sith Empire near Korriban, and there they were met by the forces of Ludo Crash, Naga's biggest rival. Now Ludo convinced the other Sith Lords to execute these two Daragons because he believed they were spies for the Republic. Naga swooped in and rescued them, taking Gav as an apprentice while trying to keep Yori from going back to the Republic. And he would have succeeded had not Ludo Crash attacked Naga at his fortress. During the battle, Yori saw her chance to get away out of the Sith Empire and find her way back to the Republic. Now arriving back into the Republic, she traveled to the Koros system, where she met Empress Theta, and she tried to convince her that the Sith were planning an invasion of the Republic under the leadership of Naga Shadow. It was only because of Theta's Jedi counselors, Oro and his Padawan Odan-urr, that Theta was convinced that the Sith were an actual threat to the Republic. She sent a warning to Coruscant, which in that time was still head of the Republic. Although in Coruscant people really didn't believe that a threat was imminent. But at the edge of Republic space, Naga Shadow was ready to begin his plans. He moved most of his forces to Primus Golut in order to establish his beachhead there. His meditation sphere he positioned around the sun, from where he could direct his Sith powers to make Force illusions to weaken the Republic and make his Sith forces look that much stronger. He gave Gav Daragon the power over a portion of his fleet. Gav went to the Koros system and invaded all the planets there. It was there that he hoped to find his sister Yori again as well. He went to their old family friend Arba the Hutt in hopes that he would give him information about his sister. Now Arba was not pleased with Gav and spat in his face, at which point Gav's bodyguards killed the Hutt. Yori stumbled onto this scene to discover what happened and cursed out Gav's name. Gav fled back into his ship and departed for Primus Golut, where he went to confront Naga Shadow. Now while all this was happening on Koros, Naga Shadow had sent his most trusted lieutenant Shar Dakhan to Coruscant to lay siege to it. Dakhan managed to establish a beachhead on Coruscant, finding his way to the Senate halls, where he stumbled on a large force of Jedi standing in his way. The Jedi were able to drive the Sith forces back off of Coruscant, and they went into full retreat to Primus Golut. Back in the Koros system, there was a Battle of Kirak, which saw the Sith defeated, but not without the cost to the Jedi forces. The Jedi Oro died in the Battle of Kirak. but the Sith were forced to flee back to Primus Gulut. There, of course, we have the events between Gav and Naga Sadow. Gav boarded the meditation sphere in hopes to persuade his mentor, well, his former mentor, to call out the invasion and retreat back to Sith space. But unfortunately, Naga had already left this meditation sphere for his own flagship. Just as the Republic fleet translated into the system of Primus Gulut, Gav had just a moment to say goodbye to his sister and transmit the coordinates of the Sith Empire to the Republic forces. After that, the sun of Primus Gulut went supernova, killing Gav and destroying the meditation sphere. Now Naga had already fled back to Sith space, where he found the forces of Ludo Crash waiting for him. Naga had assumed Ludo Crash died during their last encounter. Nothing could be further from the truth. Ludo had just bided his time, rallying his forces and gathering his strength before defeating Naga once and for all. Unfortunately, Ludo's plan did not come to fruition. Naga defeated Ludo and Ludo met his final end there. Still reeling from the surprise attack from Ludo Crash, Naga was no match for the Republic forces translated into system not long after him. There was a major battle around the mausoleum planet of Korriban, which saw Naga defeated once again. He fled to Yavin 4, where he started building his temples and ultimately where he went into hibernation. The Republic decimated the remaining Sith forces. The last few strongholds of the Sith were hunted down and destroyed all over the once proud Sith Empire. Though a few Sith escaped, most of them were killed in the fighting or in a suicide pact that they had made. The Republic was victorious and began colonizing the worlds formerly of the Sith Empire. In the aftermath of the war, the Jedi were recognized for their peacekeeping force and their strength during the Great Hyperspace War. They started building a library on Ossus, a planet outside of the galactic interior, and they started building the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Back in the Korra system, Empress Theta was recognized as a hero to the Republic, and the system changed its name to the Empress Theta system. Yori took over Arba the Hutt's space repair docks, and there she lived out the rest of her life. And that's the end of the Great Hyperspace War. I hope you all enjoy that. I'm not sure what the next episode is gonna be about, but be sure to subscribe to see what we will be talking about next. Might be more Star Wars canon, might be something entirely different. I'm not sure yet. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a like, share it with your friends, it helps us grow. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Thank you very much. Goodbye.